Basking shark. This is the second largest shark after the whale shark. A slow plankton eater, it is not aggressive toward humans, though it is known for its large, usually open mouth, which can be alarming. It is a social fish, often forming small groups, but occasionally much larger groups of up to 1,400 individuals. Blue tang. A beautiful, vibrant blue fish with a yellow tail fin, often seen in coral reefs. Its thin body lets it hide in crevices in the reef when threatened. Although it primarily feeds on algae, it also has a strong liking for lettuce, which it is given in some aquariums. Blotched fantail ray. This ray has a thicker body than most and a long tail with a venomous stinger. Caution is advised when approaching it. Some members of this species have a scattering of black blotches, while others are almost totally black. Golden trevally. Easily recognized by its dazzling gold color, the adult is over a meter long, but the juvenile is tiny, making it easy prey for other fish. A young fish may protect itself by staying near larger creatures, such as sharks, that will likely find it too small to eat. But it's still not totally safe, as these larger fish may eat it after all. Short-tail stingray. This member of the red stingray family can be identified by the white spots between its body and fins. It rarely dives into sandy areas and generally migrates near the seafloor. It is a large animal, but gentle in disposition. It is also an active swimmer and fairly easy to keep, so it is a popular fish in aquariums. Whale shark. This is the largest fish in the world, identified by the many white specks scattered across its blue back. Its mouth is especially large and filled with a huge number of small teeth. It feeds exclusively on small fish and plankton in the seawater it inhales. It has no air bladder but maintains buoyancy by storing oil in its liver. Great barracuda. This fish is the largest of the barracuda family. It is usually found alone, though it may join a school during spawning season. This species is known to be a saguadera carrier, though this is dependent on its habitat. Its temperamental nature leads many divers to consider the species relatively dangerous. Large, sharp teeth and a body that can grow up to 2 meters in length reinforce this impression. Big-eye trevally, spotted. Somehow, this species evolved to develop dark white spots that look like polka dots. It has a playful personality and a slow, considered way of swimming around. It is certainly a rare big-eye trevally specimen. Great white shark. It feeds on large fish and marine mammals, and its sharp teeth with serrated edges can easily bite through the flesh of its prey. This is a dangerous animal that sometimes attacks humans, but it does not target them specifically. Any attacks are likely to be a case of mistaken identity. Blue shark. This is one of the most widely distributed shark species in the world, in part because it grows quickly and hatches up to 100 offspring at a time. Despite these advantages, the species is listed as near threatened because it is one of the more popular sources of shark fin soup, and the population has suffered for it. It is also known for its beauty, with a graceful, streamlined body. Short-tail stingray. This member of the red stingray family can be identified by the white spots between its body and fins. It rarely dives into sandy areas and generally migrates near the seafloor. It is a large animal, but gentle in disposition. It is also an active swimmer and fairly easy to keep, so it is a popular fish in aquariums. Japanese flying fish. Easily recognized by the long, wing-like pectoral fins that it uses to escape large predators, this fish makes its getaway above the waves instead of underwater. It bursts out of the sea and spreads its wings, gliding over the surface of the water as if flying. Japanese giant squid. This huge squid has 8 long arms and another 2 incredibly long tentacles, each over 10 meters in length, hanging from its enormous body. It prefers to live in the deeper waters of the ocean, though sightings in shallower waters, and instances of a specimen being caught in a net or drifting ashore have been more common in recent years. It primarily hunts neon flying squid or fish, and it possesses an ink sac, though it is up for debate how effective spraying ink is in the pitch-black depths of the sea. Cacao Maharaja. The leatherback is the largest turtle, and this is the largest leatherback. The ship that first sighted and reported this giant was the Cacao Maharaja, and the turtle has somehow taken the same name. It prefers to eat jellyfish, and it is believed that it must consume a significant number of jellyfish to maintain its impressive size. Cacao Blue tang. A beautiful, vibrant blue fish with a yellow tail fin, often seen in coral reefs. Its thin body lets it hide in crevices in the reef when threatened. Although it primarily feeds on algae, it also has a strong liking for lettuce, which it is given in some aquariums. Kidako moray. This carnivorous fish has a long, slender body and a large mouth full of sharp teeth. It lives in crevices in coral and other reefs, and it will attack if it is approached carelessly. However, when it expels parasites or leftover food, it opens its mouth and allows tiny prawns to clean it. It waits patiently with its mouth open for the cleaning to finish. It's rather sweet. Cobia. A blackish-brown fish with a straight body reminiscent of a cedar tree. A young member of this species may follow larger fish, similar to a remora. While this fish lives in open seas or rocky areas, it generally does so alone. The only exception is during its spawning seasons. Giant manta ray. Well known to the general public as well as to divers, this is the world's largest ray. Each manta ray has a unique pattern of black spots on its stomach that helps to tell them apart. These black spots can spread across the entire stomach, making some manta rays appear entirely black. This ray sometimes jumps out of the water. This is thought to be because the ray is startled or trying to remove parasites. Bicolor parrotfish, red. A bicolor parrotfish of a rare red hue, it seems to have changed colors by ingesting pigments in the region's algae. Vibrant red shade aside, it still bears the unusual expression and small mouth peculiar to this glum-looking species of fish. Threadfin butterfly fish. It has a black circular pattern at the rear of its dorsal fin, from which a filament trails. The fish inhabits coral reefs and feeds on coral polyps and sea anemones with its mouth of small, hair-like teeth. Its range is quite vast, and it can be found in many different places across the ocean. While it may sometimes form schools, it is most often found alone or in pairs. Orca, white. The orca is known to hunt marine mammals, its staple food, in groups with other orca, and there is a possibility that this indicates social characteristics within the species. This particular orca has had its coloration reversed compared to normal. The parts that are black on others are white on this one, and normally white parts are black. The cause of this mutation is unknown. Chambered nautilus. This mollusk lives in fairly deep waters. This species has existed in roughly the same form for about 500 million years, so it is sometimes called a living fossil. Its outer shell looks like a parrot's beak, and it has about 90 tentacles, much more than its fellow cephalopods, the squid and octopus. The name nautilus means a sailor or ship. John Dory. This fish has a distinctive long face and a target-like pattern of concentric circles on its side. This kind of pattern is normally found away from the center of the body so that the fish will not be fatally wounded if it is attacked. However, the John Dory's pattern is in the center of its body. It may be used to scare off predators by imitating the eye of a much larger fish. White margin unicornfish. A fish with a distinctive horn-like protuberance on its head. Although this horn is not present on young fish, it develops gradually as the fish grows to adulthood. It lives in and around coral reefs and is omnivorous, feeding on both algae and plankton. Ornate rock lobster. This hard-shelled animal is the largest in its family. It has 10 legs and 2 pairs of antennae, one long and thin, stretching out in front to sense flavor and odor, and the other heavier and stretched out over its shell that it uses to explore its immediate environs. Its shell is blue-green with a pale yellow pattern on the back. Japanese fan lobster. This lobster has a flat body like a fan. When it feels threatened, it flees backward. Its larvae are sometimes called jellyfish riders for their habit of floating along with the jellyfish they also prey upon. Its shell is softer than that of a Japanese spiny lobster. Ribbon eel, yellow. When this unusual example of the species is young, it resembles a typical ribbon eel. However, as it matures, its coloration suddenly changes. The parts typically blue are yellow, and vice versa. Like the original species, it rarely closes its mouth, giving it the same somewhat adorable appearance. Pacific white-sided dolphin. This small dolphin species is white, black, and gray in color, and has a dorsal fin that curves out like a sharp sickle. It is active and assertive, known to approach boats and ships. Since it swims in huge schools of 100 or more, it is a popular target for dolphin watching. Yellowtail. Also called the Japanese amberjack, this species has distinctive splashes of yellow on its body, including its tail. It is a carnivore that preys on small fish, crustaceans, and cephalopods. Spot-fin porcupine fish. A fish living in the shallow areas of coral and rocky reefs. It has spines all over its body, but these are shorter and fewer in number than those of the mammal it's named for. When it is startled or senses danger, it quickly swells up its body into a spiky ball. Golden trevally. Easily recognized by its dazzling gold color, the adult is over a meter long, but the juvenile is tiny, making it easy prey for other fish. A young fish may protect itself by staying near larger creatures, such as sharks, that will likely find it too small to eat. But it's still not totally safe, as these larger fish may eat it after all. Teardrop butterfly fish. This fish has a distinctive mark on the dorsal part of its body, almost like a teardrop. Its thick snout contains tiny, thread-like teeth that it uses to eat coral polyps. There's another species called the Indian teardrop butterfly fish that looks similar, but it lacks the white belly of this fish. C. Goldie, female. A grouper of the Ceronidae family that resembles a goldfish. With its orange body and the hint of pink in its eye, the female of the species cuts a fine figure. About 80% of the species is born female, with some changing genders when the number of males in the shoal decreases. Green sea turtle. It has a carapace made up of a central line of 5 hardened scales with 4 more on either side, and its legs are shaped like fins with the forward pair longer than the rear. Unlike land-based turtles, it is unable to draw its head and limbs into its shell. C. Goldie, male. This fish looks like a goldfish except for the long spine on its dorsal fin. About 20% of the species is male. Depending on region, the male fish may look like the female, or it may be paler. When there are too few males in a shoal, some females become male to preserve the harem structure. By